Well, in the previous class, we have discussed about reproduction in organisms. Yes, we have discussed the lifespan. We have discussed it. We have studied about what is reproduction types. We discussed about asexual reproduction also. Okay. Then we have discussed about sexual reproduction. So, the sexual reproduction, yes, we have discussed about reproductive cycles. We have discussed about what is mainly the type of plants based on their reproduction. Yes, monocarpic, polycarpic plants we have discussed it. We have studied even about regarding the seasonal breeders, non-seasonal breeders also we have discussed it. Now, we need to understand the most important concept of the chapter, events in sexual reproduction. Yes, we discussed about events in sexual reproduction. Okay. So what are the most important three major events we will be discussing? The first one is mainly the pre-fertilization. So pre-fertilization, in this we will be discussing about what is gametogenesis and types of gametes we will be discussing. Okay, yes. And then we will be studying about mainly the pre-fertilization, yes, gametogenesis types of gametes. Then we need to understand what do you mean by meiocytes. Okay, we will be discussing about that, meiocytes and gametes. Yes, we will be discussing about mainly sexuality in organisms. Okay. Yes, we need to understand even about mainly as gametogenesis and the gametes, meiocytes as well as the gametes. Therefore, we will be discussing sexuality in the organisms. And yes, mainly we will be discussing about one more important concept before fertilization. It is must and should in case of all the plants. Yes, they depend on mechanism called as pollination. So these are the events, the pre-fertilization events we will be discussing. Then what are the fertilization events? So the fertilization, the fusion of gametes as such we know that mainly we will be discussing here about the internal fertilization, external fertilization, the self-fertilization as well as cross-fertilization we will be discussing. Okay? Then, so after this in the sexual reproduction we need to know, and again most importantly the third, the post-fertilization. Post-fertilization. What happens after fertilization? Then the formation of zygote. So zygote can be developed inside the egg. Okay, so that is mainly the animals, maybe oviparity we will be discussing, and then yes, without formation of any egg cell, the organisms may produce the young one or deliver them. That is called viviparity. Viviparity we will be discussing. Other than that, yes, formation of embryo, we call it as embryogenesis. Embryogenesis as well as mainly the formation of what are the changes that happens in a plant means before fertilization, after fertilization. We will be discussing regarding the embryogenesis related concepts. Now, let us go ahead with one by one. So here, as we are discussing the pre-fertilization events. So here, what do you mean by gamete? So my simple question, gamete represents what? It represents mainly the haploid set of chromosomes. Means the gamete need to be formed as a haploid only in the diploid organisms, right? So otherwise, if the diploid organisms making a diploid gamete, there is a high chance that diploid gamete become tetraploid, that is the abnormality will occur. Okay, to maintain genetic equilibrium, the gametes need to become haploid only. So the gametes are mainly the half of the set of the entire chromosome. So as such, gametogenesis we say the mechanism of gamete formation, and it is of two types. So we call it as mainly oogenesis or ovum production. So in case of in females, okay, then the production of sperms we call it the spermatogenesis. Okay, sperm production in males. Okay, yes. So by the onset of sexual maturity, animals, mainly the female, get maturity, it will start releasing what you can say the female gamete called as ovum or oocyte. The male will produce after the onset of sexual maturity, it produces mainly the sperm or production of sperm because spermatogenesis. But the gametogenesis not only confined with the animals, it is seen in the plants also. So we call it as microsporogenesis. Microsporogenesis. What is that? Pollen grain formation. Pollen formation in plants. Megasporogenesis. Or ovule formation in plants. This is what we say gametogenesis. Now we need to understand the gametes are of various types. Let me mention here gamete types. When we talk about gamete types, yes, they are basically of two types. What is that? So we call it as isogametes. Isogametes means we can't differentiate which one is the male, which one is the female. Both male and female gametes are the same. So yes, here you are observing, we don't know which is the male, which is the female, but both are the same. We call them as isogametes. Best example, cladophora. So cladophora is the algae. Yes, in this we can say that male and female gametes are same. The next one is called as anisogametes. Anisogametes. They are also known as heterogametes. Heterogametes. So these heterogametes are different. Definitely, yes. We are able to identify which is the male and which is the female. So here, let me mention the larger one. Yes, it is the larger one and it is the female gamete. Usually non-motile. Okay, female gamete, non-motile. Yes, means unable to move. Whereas male gamete, yes, very small compared to the mainly the female gamete. This is the male gamete. Male gamete. Yes. So non-motile, large, yes, the female gamete. Highly motile, small size gamete is the male gamete, and this is seen in case of the algae called as the fucus. Okay, in the fucus, yes, we can find the presence of this kind of heterogamete. Other than this, yes, even in case of mainly we can find heterogametes. Yes, we call mainly in the human the heterogametes as such large size ovum and highly motile with a flagella, that is the sperm, and yes, ovum and sperm are produced in Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens. So thus we need to understand a type of gametes means mainly sexual reproduction. Yes, that also involves the mainly pre-fertilization event, gamete production, and in case of the animals, male gamete production spermatogenesis, female gamete production oogenesis. In case of the plants, production of the male gamete is mainly microsporogenesis, smaller in size. So they are pollen grapes we say. Okay. Megasporogenesis, larger in size. Yes, formation of the ovule. And based on the shape and similarity, dissimilarity, the gametes can be isogametes, where male and female unable to be differentiated. So they are mainly in cladophora. Yes, male and female gametes are same. So morphologically appear very similar to one another. Isogametes. Anisogametes also called as heterogametes, and that we are finding here in case of the mainly the fucus. One more kind of algae only, that is having what we say large size non-motile female gamete and small size male gamete. Similarly, non-motile or passively moving ovum and highly moving the sperm, what we find in case of Homo sapiens. But it has been seen generally in the nature, female gametes are non-motile. So, in case of certain organisms such as Monera, okay, maybe certain kind of the fungi, yes, even in case of certain algae, both male and female gametes are highly motile or movable. So, please make a note of that. Lower organisms such as mainly Monera, and then fungi and algae, yes, they have both male and female gametes motile. Okay, so a question may come in the need of CET. Yes, both male and female gametes are highly motile in which kind of or which following type of organisms? Then you need to remember in Monera, fungi as well as algae, there is a high chance that there are the male as well as female gametes, both are equally motile. Well, so this is about what we have discussed regarding the gametogenesis as well as the mainly types of gametes. Let us understand now how actually in case of the diploid organisms haploid gametes are formed. Let us discuss that also now. So now we need to know about gametogenesis as a process of forming haploid gametes. Why gametes have to be haploid? Because for maintaining the genetic equilibrium. So let me tell you gametogenesis. Yes, in haploid organisms. As well as in diploid organisms. What do you mean by haploid? Yes, the organism having a single set of chromosomes. They are called as haploid. So already they are haploid. What do you mean by diploid? They are having two sets of chromosomes. They are diploid. Okay. So now these haploid organisms exhibit the division called as mitosis only. Ultimately, yes, they result into the formation of haploid gametes. So, haploid organisms forming the haploid gametes. Fine. So, this kind of formation of haploid gametes, yes, it has been seen. Mainly, we can say that the organism is haploid and still it is producing haploid. So, let me mention best example, the drone or the male honeybees. Okay, yes, by birth they are haploid only, and they produce the sperm that will be haploid by mitosis. And then, yes, we can say that even certain kind of Monera also, again algae also, okay, they produce even certain kind of fungi also. Yes, most of them, they may be haploid. So they undergo mitosis, they produce mainly the haploid, what you can say gametes. Now, organism is a diploid, definitely. Yes, diploid organism undergoing mainly meiosis. So first it exhibits mitosis, leading to the formation of, we can say that, meiocytes. Meiocytes are also called as gamete mother cells. Gamete mother cells. Mother cells which are by nature diploid only. Okay? And later these undergo meiosis 1 and 2. Meiosis 1 is also called as reductional division. Reductional division. Okay? Yes. And then further it will be, yes, diploid cell only. And then meiosis 1, sorry, it will be haploid. And then yes, it is undergoing further, what we can say, meiosis 2. Meiosis 2, yes, it is again equational division. Why it has to be equational division? Because already it has become haploid, no need to become much more half of that chromosome. Yes, there will be the formation of haploid gametes. So, haploid gametes are formed mainly by the reductional division, that is specifically meiosis 1. Understood? Then haploid gametes are formed. So this is what we talk about. Yes, the haploid organism, how the gametogenesis, mainly by the mitosis. In the diploid organism, mainly by meiosis. Okay? So ultimately they have to produce the haploid gametes for maintaining the genetic equilibrium. Such haploid gametes, male and female gametes fuse, they form the zygote, that will be the diploid, and its chromosome number will be exactly like that of the parent. Okay? Well, so we need to understand still the number of, yes, organisms, chromosome number in the meiocytes and gametes. So a simple table will be there. Yes, we will be understanding that also. So now, yes, let us study. So gamete is haploid or diploid? Gamete is haploid. Then the somatic cell is haploid or diploid? Somatic cell is diploid. Meiocyte is haploid or diploid? Meiocyte also diploid. So let us understand mainly the organism. Then, yes, mainly the meiocyte, and then the gamete. So, organism as such, human. So, human, meiocyte, diploid, gamete, haploid. So, what is the diploid chromosome number of the human? 46. What will be the chromosome either sperm and egg? It will be 21. Then, yes, rat as such, it is the 42. First, let me write mainly the organism and then meiocyte chromosome. So, yes, it will be, yes, it should be 23, it should be 21. So, mainly the rat, fruit fly, its chromosome number 8. Butterfly, yes, its chromosome number is 380. Okay, then there is what we can say mainly the rice, chromosome number 24. Then onion, chromosome number 32. Ophioblossom, 1260. Then the dog diploid chromosome number is 78. Cat 38. Yes, housefly. Okay, housefly is 12. Then yes, apple 34. Then maize diploid number is 20. And then potato plant 40. ophioblossom 630. Okay, then dog 39. Okay, cat 19. Then housefly 6 in its gametes. Apple chromosome number 17 in its gametes. Maize 10 chromosome in its gametes. Potato 24 in its gametes. So you need to remember the names as well as chromosome number, because in the exam they may give this. Match the following table. Okay? So you need to remember the sequence as HRF, BROOD, brood, then CHAMP, CHAMP. The sequence is there to remember names of the organisms. Then you need to mug up or do something, but you should not forget the chromosome number. Understood? So thus you need to strengthen your memory power and skills you should develop. Okay? Because here lots of information yes you need to remember as you are facing the competitive exam. Okay? So questions will be definitely made to confuse you, not to give you the marks. To check your accuracy and skills, they will definitely create twisted questions. But once you are thorough with the concept, yes, you are confident, you can get your best rank. Okay? Well, so now let me tell you human. What is 46? Diploid number. Any somatic cell you take 46. Any gamete you take, it may be sperm or egg, 23 only. So that is called as gametic haploid condition. Rat 42 chromosomes diploid or the meiocyte. Meiocytes are those diploid cells which are capable of undergoing meiotic cell division. Okay? Well, 42, 21, 8, 4, 380, 190, rice 24, 12, onion 32, 16, ophioblossom. This is the one which has the highest number of chromosomes. Which organism has the highest number of chromosomes, or which eukaryote has the highest number of chromosomes? That is ophioblossom, the plant. Okay, 1260 chromosomes, and its haploid number is 630. And then dog 78, 39, cat 38, 19, housefly 12, 6, apple 34, 17, maize 20, 10, potato 48 and 24. So like this, yes, you need to remember mainly what is meiocyte and what is gametic chromosome number. Is it clear? Well, so thus we have discussed about the meiocytes and gametic, mainly the gametic chromosome number. Let us go ahead with the understanding of sexuality in the organisms. Well, so let me mention now sexuality. Yes, my question is, yes, it is a straightforward question. Hope you will be able to answer. Before we discuss about sexuality in the organisms, what do you mean by sex? Yes, what do you mean by sex? Sex is actually the identity of an organism. Either it may be male or female. So sex is the gender of the organism. Only this much you need to understand at this level. Okay? Well, now let us go ahead with sexuality in the organisms. So when you talk about sexuality in the organisms, organisms are of basically various types, but let me mention here organisms can be called as unisexual. So unisexual means they are dioecious. Dioecious means sexes are separate, means the organism either it is male or it will be female. So we can say that the sexes are separate. Okay, so organism either male or female, unisexual organism we call them. So number of examples yes we can consider. Example, are we bisexual or unisexual? We human bisexual. We are unisexual. So Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens. Yes. Homo sapiens are unisexual. Cockroach. Unisexual. Okay. And then the plant as such, mainly papaya. Okay, papaya is unisexual. The papaya plant either will be male plant or female plant. Okay, flowers are unisexual flowers it produces. So here, yes, we say that Homo sapiens, cockroach, papaya, yes, not only the higher organisms, the lower organisms such as bryophytes, mainly Margantia. Margantia, a bryophyte, is also called as halophyte, also unisexual. Let me tell you here, Margantia is like this, callus we call it as. That will be having root-like structure, rhizoids we call them, okay? And then it will be having a sex organ. So sex organ, yes, that is having entire, means it will be producing the female gametes in this structure only. Yes, it is not a dissected border, entire, it is called as archegoniophore. Archegoniophore, the female sex organ in case of Margantia. This green part is called as the callus and is a root-like rhizoids. Okay, so this is having archegoniophore. It is a male or female? It is a female Margantia, female plant. Female has archegoniophore. Okay, now let me tell you, yes, what is the male then? Male also exhibits presence of rhizoids. It is having its sex organ elevated and then dissected borders. Okay, this dissected border as such, and it is called as anthridiophore. Anthridiophore is the male sex organ, so it is a male plant. Diagrammatic question also may come. They will give you to confuse you. Yes, remember, entire disc-like structure is present, that is female, and the structure is called archegoniophore. Dissected border. Okay, so there is anthridiophore, that is a male plant. Okay, so this, yes, unisexuality or dioecious. Unisexual, the term is more applicable to the mainly animals. Dioecious, the term is more applicable to the plants. Okay, well, so this is what we talk about mainly unisexual organisms or dioecious organisms. Now let us go ahead with yes, the next kind mainly here, not only the unisexual, we have to study about mainly bisexual organisms. Okay, so bisexual means what? The organism that has both male and female reproductive structures. Number 2, bisexual, or it is also called as monoecious organisms. Okay, so male and female reproductive structures are found, yes, in the same organism. That is called as mainly bisexual. So now, to say simple example, mainly best example is sweet potato. Sweet potato is a stem or the root. Potato is a stem or the root? Potato is a stem. Now sweet potato is a root. Okay, so don't get confused. It is mainly the tuberous root also we can say. Well, the sweet potato, yes, we can find the very nice what we can say kind of yellow purple color flowers. They exhibit, yes, this kind of structure what we call it as the stigma. Okay, the long tube, pollen tube, also we call it as a style, and this is the ovary. So ovary is having inside, what are these structures? Ovules. Now we can find here on the either side there are, yes, these are the structures which are the source of pollen grains. What we call them? Anthers. Okay. So stigma, style and ovary together is called as gynoecium. Okay. So this is mainly the anther, the filament. Together it is called as androecium. Okay, so thus the flower exhibits the presence of colorful petals. Okay, then down here is thalamus. Yes, so this is the thalamus on which mainly the arrangement of petals, sepals, okay, as well as mainly the anthers and then the ovary is located. Well, so the sweet potato, yes, it exhibits presence of gynoecium is mainly female reproductive structure and androecium is a male reproductive structure. So it is called monoecious or bisexual. Understood? Now there are, yes, bisexual animals also do exist. What are they? So bisexual animals, yes, we call them as hermaphrodites. Bisexual animals also known as hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodite animal, yes, what is the example? It is earthworm, leech. Okay, so these are mainly hermaphrodites. Even hydra also hermaphrodite. Okay, even tapeworm also hermaphrodite. Okay, so thus bisexual animals, they are also called hermaphrodites. They exhibit the presence of both testis as well as ovary. Okay, in case of the plant, yes, we can find presence of gynoecium as well as androecium. Okay, so this is what we talk about the second term, bisexuality. Okay, there are certain other terminologies related with the sexuality of the organism. Yes, we need to understand. There is one more simple example. Let me mention that. Yes, it is a chlorophyte. It is a green algae. Okay, its name is mainly, yes, it's called as a chara. Okay, so chara is a plant like this. It is having needle-like leaves. Okay, so it is an aquatic. Chara is a being aquatic. Yes, so it is an aquatic plant, and if you take a small section over here and enlarge it, you will find the chara. This is the chara plant, single leaf I am telling you. So you will find mainly the structure which is female reproductive structure is called as ogonium. And down here only you will find male reproductive structure. Yes, we call it as mainly antheridium. Okay, yes, it will be exhibiting the structure like this. Main structure, antheridium. Yes, this is what we say the plant chlorophyte chara, the green algae that found in the water. Okay, this is about the, yes, as such. The second term, bisexuality, we have studied. Now, there are more number of other terminologies. I hope you have noted down all these points. Okay, let me move ahead now. Under the sexuality of organisms, the term, yes, monoecious means what? It is the organism having both male and female reproductive structure. Dioecious means what? It is the organism which is unisexual. Okay. So based on the sexuality of the flowers also classified. So the third important term, we say the flowers can be staminate. Means they are having only stamen. Okay. So the male flowers only with stamen. So distillate means what? Yes, female flowers with what we can say that ovary or gynecium only. And then the plants can be as such, we say they are homothallic means either male or female. Yes, either male or female or unisexual plant. Yes, that are the six. Heterothallic means what? Yes, plant having both male and female reproductive structures. Or it may be having both male and female, what you can say, flowers. Okay, the plant may be heterothallic, or yes, it is having both male and female. Plant as a whole, it is bisexual, but flowers we take that may be having male flower also, female flower also. Okay, so under the sexuality of the organisms, we have discussed about what is unisexuality and examples, and they also called the dioecious plants or animals. We have discussed about the bisexuality. They are also called monoecious animals or hermaphrodites. They are called animals, and we also discussed about the monoecious plant examples such as sweet potato and carrot. Okay, and then yes, we have discussed about staminate flowers means male flowers mainly seen in papaya. Pistillate, same papaya itself is an example for that. Homothallic, yes, either male or female. Heterothallic, having both. Okay, so these are what we say the next example for mainly regarding the understanding of sexuality in the organisms. We need to know about the next, what is the next point? Pollination. So let us understand now what is pollination. Can you give one line definition for this? Pollination is a transfer of pollen to the stigma. Okay, so pollination, transfer of, because all these mechanisms are happening before fertilization only. Okay, so transfer of pollen grains to the stigma of the female, gynecium we can say, of the structure. So pollination, it is conducted by various agents. Okay, the agents causing pollination are called as pollinators. Okay, the agents causing the pollination called as pollinators. Now, pollination can be done by both the biotic as well as the abiotic agents. Okay, fine. Now let me tell you the term as such. Mainly, we call it as hydrophily. Yes, hydrophily is what? Pollination by water. Okay, yes, pollination by water. Then pollination by wind. Do you call it as a windophily? Pollination by wind is called as anemophily. Okay? Yes. Anemophily. Yes, it is pollination by wind. Okay? Well, now the third is we call it as zoophily. What is zoophily? Pollination by animals. Pollination by animals. Okay. Then, yes, there are some more terms. Entomophily. Entomophily. Pollination by insects. Study of insects called as entomology, right? So, pollination by insects is entomophily. Pollination by insects. Number 5, ornithophily. Yes, can you tell me what it is? Pollination by birds. Pollination by birds. Ornithophily. Then number 6, there is one more term called as yes, malacophily. Malacophily. Malacophily alla. Malacophily. Malacology is the study of snails. Okay? Snails are gradually or slowly crawling on the leaves, right? So, pollination by snails. Now, there is one more term is there. Ophiophily. Ophiophily. What is this? Snails. Okay? So, pollination by snakes called as ophiophily. Pollination by snakes. Because snakes are crawling, moving in the plant here and there, yes, they carry certain pollen grain. Then there is one more very different and typical term, chiropterophily. Yes, chiroptero. Can you tell me what is this? Chiropterans means bats, and bats are frugivores. They eat the fruits, right? So they will be also helping in the pollination. So pollination by bats. Pollination by bats is called as chiropterophily. So these are the terms, yes, you need to remember from the point of yes, NEET as well as the KCT exam. So thus, in the pre-fertilization event, these many things happens. Okay, it is a big and best content of the chapter, we can say. Now we need to understand remaining is what? Fertilization as well as the post-fertilization things, yes, events we will discuss now. Hope you have noted down all these points. Okay, let me just take you to the next concept, fertilization. So, fertilization, what is the definition of fertilization? Fertilization, another name, syngamy. Okay, not singam. Okay, fertilization is also called as a syngamy. Means a fusion of yes, male and female, not individuals, they are gametes. Okay, division of male and female gametes called as a syngamy. Yes, it is also called as amphimixis also. Okay, syngamy or amphimixis. And then yes, we can understand mainly yes, the internal fertilization. It can be internal fertilization. Yes. So which kind of organisms exhibit the internal fertilization? Especially the higher plants and terrestrial organisms or animals. So fertilization inside, yes, higher plants Okay, higher plants and terrestrial animals. So terrestrial animals except amphibians. What amphibians do? During the breeding season, they go to the water and release their gametes there for external fertilization. Okay, so higher plants, yes, they do have the flowers and a closed system. We call them as the clistogamous flowers. Okay, where fertilization will be mainly inside the flower only happens. So let me give you that also. Clistogamous flowers. Example is mentioned in the higher plants as such. Example, Pisum sativum. What is Pisum sativum? Yes. So garden pea or green pea, okay, that has clistogamous flower. So there is internal fertilization as well as we can say self-fertilization is possible. Okay, well, so this is what we talk about mainly internal fertilization or Pisum sativum also and higher plants or higher animals also. Maybe above the reptiles level, reptiles, birds, mammals, they will have internal fertilization where the male animal introduces its organ into the female sex organ, releases the gametes of sperm inside, fertilization happens inside only. Whereas in case of amphibians, they visit the water where male and female release their gametes in the water. Okay. So, internal fertilization. Second one, yes, we say external fertilization. External fertilization. Example for this, fertilization happens outside the body. Okay. Lower plants again, what are they? Algae. Okay. As well as certain bryophytes. Even, yes, it can be seen in the fungi. Okay, yes. So even it can be seen in certain monera also. External fertilization. As well as external fertilization seen in aquatic organisms. Okay, and what we can say as well as the amphibians. Yes, they do have the external fertilization. So this is, yes, we need to know. When we talk about fertilization, not only either internal or external, yes, it can be what we can say self-fertilization and cross-fertilization. So here, number 3. Self-fertilization. What is that? Self-fertilization in bisexual or hermaphrodites. Okay, that is possible, and it is mainly seen in case of mainly the lower plants and animals. Okay, yes. The fourth type, what is that? Cross fertilization. Let me mention that also. Cross fertilization, yes, that can be seen in unisexual, okay, as well as higher organisms. Okay, yes. Even it has been seen in certain hermaphrodites, cross fertilization such as earthworm. So, juxtaposing copulation we call it as. They release their gametes and yes, they will exchange their gametes. So, cross fertilization can be seen exceptionally, yes, earthworm, certain hermaphrodites also. Okay. So, this is about, yes, what we have discussed regarding the fertilization as such. Mainly, so it is internal fertilization, you can fertilization, it can be cross fertilization. So most of the time internal fertilization we say that aquatic organisms. Yes, did I mention somewhere there? Higher plants and terrestrial, external is aquatic only, but internal mainly in case of the sponges, okay, porifera, they also exhibit internal fertilization. Even in case of the sponges or certain porifera also exhibit internal fertilization. Well, so this is all about yes, regarding the fertilization as such we have discussed. Now post-fertilization. So what is that post-fertilization? What will happen after fertilization? Once it is done, fertilization is over, what is the thing going to happen after that? That is called as mainly formation of the zygote and development of the embryo. So let us go ahead with this. Now here, when we look at mainly post-fertilization, post-fertilization, after fertilization, yes, the formation of the zygote. So the zygote is what? It is a connecting link between the organism and next generation. Okay, so this line is very important. Connecting link between organism and next generation. Okay, so the zygote, yes, what is developed? So it can be as such the zygote development mainly. So connecting link as such developed inside the egg. Okay, so mainly covered with calcareous shells. So those are called as oviparous. Example, which are the, yes, maybe calcareous shell may not be present, but still, which are the organisms that can produce the eggs? They can be fishes. Before the fishes, they can be insects also, because insects also produce the eggs. Insects, fishes, and then mainly amphibians, as well as reptiles, birds, and platypus. Egg-laying mammal, platypus, as well as one more is echidna. So these are oviparous. Okay. Now zygote developed inside the mother's body itself, and young one delivered. Example includes shark, the cartilaginous fish is delivering the young one, and then certain, what we can say that mainly sharks as well as scorpion, being the arthropod, it deliver the young one, scorpion, and then yes, there may be certain snakes, okay, and then perfectly the mammals. So these are developing the young one. So we call them as viviparous organisms. Okay. So when they give birth to the young one, they are viviparous. But there is an exception with the shark, yes, with the snake. Inside their womb, they have sufficient nutrition, they retain the embryo, nourishes and delivers. As such, they are also called as ovoviviparous, means egg is stored inside, young one is developed inside. As such, it is not like that of a mammalian embryo developed inside. So, sharks and sometimes snakes, they are called as ovoviviparous. Okay, so this is about mainly what we say, yes, post-fertilization, zygote formation, that may be either inside the egg or outside the egg or in the mother's womb. Okay, so they are oviparous, they can be viviparous. So this word we need to remember. Now we need to understand one more important thing as such. The development of the young one by the gamete but not by fertilization. So I hope you have noted down this. Let me just erase this. Development of the young one with the gamete only but not by fertilization. So that is a special term, what it is called as parthenogenesis. Okay, so parthenogenesis. Development of young one without fertilization. Without fertilization. What are the organisms known to exhibit parthenogenesis? Example, let me tell you. There are certain, mainly the honeybees. Okay, without fertilization, the what you can say, the individual is born, that is a haploid male. Okay, so that is mainly the honeybee producing drones, or the males which are haploid. Okay, males are haploid. Then parthenogenesis seen in case of certain lizards, turkey birds. Okay, yes, there is a parthenogenesis without the fertilization. Fine. So the honeybees, lizards, turkeys, and many more examples will be there, that mainly development of the young one without fertilization. Now we need to understand, yes, embryogenesis. What is this embryogenesis as such? Development of the embryogenesis, or change that can happen mainly in the plants. What we have seen, there is a, what you can say, the plant that produces the flower undergoing pollination may become in the fruit develops the seed undergoes germination, by germination it develops into again plant. Okay, so here the most important thing, why the flower is converting itself into fruit? What is the reason? It is mainly fertilization. So you need to know, before fertilization, after fertilization. What are the changes? A flower before fertilization, after fertilization, what it is going to become? It is going to become fruit. Okay? So petals, yes, detach. Sepals may retain. Okay, ovary. Yes, that itself is going to become the fruit. Ovules, they are going to become the seeds. Outer integument, what it is going to become? It's called as a testa. Outer coat of the seed, testa. Inner integument, what it is called as tegmen. Okay. Primary endosperm, become endosperm itself. That is going to become diploid. These things, yes, you need to remember. Okay? Yes. Before and after fertilization. So, a flower going to become fruit. Yes, a flower becomes a fruit, and in the book they have given number of different fruits also. You have to remember those things as such garden bee. Okay? So, the garden bee, yes, Pisum sativum belongs to the family Leguminaceae. Okay? Garden bee exhibit what? It is like this. Okay? Inside it is having mainly after fertilization, everything developed as what? The seeds. These are before ovules. Attached to a margin. So, arrangement of the ovules inside the fruit or the flower, placentation. This is called as mainly the seeds in marginal placentation. Marginal placentation. So, this structure is called as pericarp. Pericarp means what? The fruit. Okay, outer coat of the fruit. Then you have seen, yes, garden bee. What is the scientific name? Pisum sativum. Okay, it belongs to which family? Leguminaceae. Okay, then there is one more. Yes, they have given a fruit like this. Yes, I have to draw this only. Yes, we have seen this in the NCERT book. They have given like this. What is this fruit? What is this fruit called as? It is having seeds. It is having the pericarp. This is called as the citrus fruit. It may be a lemon. Okay. So there is the presence of an axis, exile placentation. So it is a citrus or the lemon, and then these are the mainly the seeds and pericarp. Okay, and this lemon belongs to, yes, it is what you can say exile placentation. What is that placentation? Exile placentation. And then, yes, it belongs to the family Rutaceae. Okay. The next one, yes, there are another two diagrams. Yes, they have given in the NCERT. Let me try whether you will identify or not. Okay. Yes. Here, diagram is given like this, and then yes, it is like this. It's margins. What is this? And then they have mentioned like this, like this. Having the seeds. What is this? It is having ridges outside, and it will be very bitter in taste. Now what is this? I told half the name. It is bitter in taste, so it is bitter gourd. Okay? Yes. Bitter gourd. Okay? Yes. And then here we find mainly the seeds, the fruit, pericarp, and yes, it belongs to the family mainly Cucurbitaceae. Okay? And the placentation is called as, yes, parietal placentation. Parietal placentation. There is one more diagram they have given in the book. It is like this. Okay. Hope you will be able to identify this. What is this? Can you identify? Like this is given. From the periphery, the seeds are attached. Very smooth outer surface. It is very much watery in taste. And yes, we can eat it like snacks. What is this? It is green in color and long also. What is this? Cucumber, very good. So this is the cucumber having, yes, mainly the family Cucurbitaceae. And then, yes, presentation is parietal. The ovules are attached from the periphery, so parietal. Okay? So, yes means what? Seeds. P means pericarp. Okay? So, this is the resultant product of fertilization only. Once upon a time, cucumber, bitter gourd, and garden tree and lemon, they were the flowers. They were the gynecium. Okay? They were the ovaries. But after fertilization, they have changed themselves into the fruit, and the ovules have been developed into what we say mainly they have developed into the seeds. Understood? Hope. So with this we have completed the chapter what is called as reproduction in organisms. The chapter is over, which was very small chapter actually. So we are able to finish it within 3 classes itself. So please prepare very well yourself. Go accordingly and thorough with the NCERT as well as my class notes. That will help you a lot. Yes. Thank you very much. All the best for your upcoming test. Take care.